take a medium or large bowl and add 1 cup of curd and 1 cup of sugar. That is what I have here. I gave the curd or yogurt, you can use yogurt as well. I gave the good mix, and now I've added the sugar. Give that a good stir as well. Now this is going to look somewhat like a sugar glaze. Okay, continuing, this is 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. That is nicely combined and it's starting to bubble up. Now you can take a whisk and mix this properly, or even a spoon is fine. Now this is how it looks when it's well combined. It's getting all bubbly, and that is what is going to give rise in our cake. So we have to let the bubbles rise and rest it for a minute or two. Till then we can keep butter ready, which is half a cup of melted butter. I'm using Amul, any brand is fine. This is unsalted, so I might add a pinch of salt for flavor. Okay, so this has been resting for at least 3 minutes, and look how high it has risen. It is really bubbly and looks great. And here I have my half cup melted butter, but we just need fat, so you can use oil instead of this. I've just heated it, so I'm going to let it cool for a few minutes. Until then, between 1 to half tablespoon of vanilla essence. Now give this a good stir. It's going to be really frothy and thick. When you mix it, you'll just see how it's coming off the sides, getting really bubbly. Time to preheat our oven to 180 degrees Celsius for 5 to 10 minutes. You can see here I've added in my butter and I'm mixing it. After this, we have to add a cup of flour. So add in your flour. Bubbles rising up, and the oven is done preheating. So put this in your greased baking tin and bake for 40 to 50 minutes. This is how it looks in our baking tin, and it's going to rise up even more once we bake it. If you want, you can flatten it with your spoon and just keep it to bake. And now we just leave it there for 40 to 50 minutes. When my cake was baking, I also decided to do buttercream frosting, which has only 3 ingredients and might be the most simple frosting. And you will see that this butter is really pale, and that is because I've whipped it for some time with, I think, a teaspoon of vanilla essence. So you can use anything near a teaspoon of vanilla or more if you like vanilla. If you want to make this a chocolate frosting, you can add 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. So all I've done here is whipped the butter, and as you might see, I'm using a hand whisk. That is because this is really easy and fast, and you don't need to keep whipping this for long for it to become pale. Right now I'm just going to whip this a little more and be back. Okay, so this is nicely whisked in, and now we have to add about half a cup of sugar into this. If you like your frosting a little more sweet, you can add more. The quantities for the buttercream are listed in the description, and you can check it out there. Start by adding your sugar in small amounts and whisk. Also note that the more sugar you add, the thicker and more rigid it will become. Even if you add all your sugar in at once, it's okay, but you might feel that it's not whisking in properly, but you'll just have to whisk a little harder for that, for it to incorporate very nicely. And if someone puts all the sugar in at once, it might not seem like it's coming together, and then people add milk, but do not add milk, otherwise it will just become a lumpy mess. So this is how it will look at the start, and if you keep mixing properly, this is how it will look in the end. Really smooth, glossy and tasty. This looks great and tastes great. It has a lot of vanilla in it, so it's like a vanilla buttery sweet frosting. And like I said before, you can add cocoa powder to this if you want to make this for a chocolate cake, or if you want to make a vanilla cake and a chocolate frosting, then also you can do that. Our buttercream frosting is already done, and my cake took less time than expected. It's just 30 minutes right now. It looks great, and after the toothpick test, it's come out clean. So let's take out the cake. Another tip for the frosting is to use icing sugar. If you use caster sugar, it might have sugar granules in the middle, but if you're okay with that, you can go with caster sugar as well. So here are the two things made today: buttercream frosting and a cake. You should definitely give this a go if you're vegetarian, and this frosting goes well on anything. Other than cakes, another great place to try it is in the filling for macaroons. Tip number 2, let your cake cool completely before you add your frosting. Otherwise, it's just going to melt and drip off. Here is our finished cake. This is the frosting, which is really smooth and tastes like melted chocolate. I added cocoa powder to create contrast on top for the design, and this is how soft it is. It's really soft and spongy and moist, so you should really give this a go. This is how it looks. It's awesome. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and leave a comment below. See you next Friday.